Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here to do the readings for the earth signs, and this will be for the lovely sign of Capricorn. I too am a Capricorn sun, and as much as sometimes the Capricorn readings resonate with me, I am so much more comfortable with my Libra moon. It's so much more of who I am. And also really taking into consideration our north and south node as well. I think it's really important to understand who we're becoming after we're born. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you on board. Please consider pressing the subscription button and also hitting the bell so you get reminders when I'm posting new content. But for those who have subscribed already, for my long-term loyal fans and for those new people on board, welcome and thank you very much for joining me. Please keep in mind though that not all the readings are going to resonate all of the time, and that means it's a really good idea to check out other aspects of your natal chart and understanding a little bit more about who you are. You're not just your sun sign. I don't know why we got so fixated in that, but it has something to do with the Western world. We've always talked about our sun sign and not other aspects of ourselves. I think that's why the readings don't always resonate, or why people don't believe in it, because they only follow their sun sign. On the other hand, if the story is yours and you find yourself listening to the story thinking this is where I'm at, and it's resonating, then please make sure you give it a thumbs up. It's good karma for both of us. It's good karma for you and it's good karma for me. So I want to say thank you in advance for being so generous and watching my channel and giving the readings a thumbs up when they resonate with you. Okay, we're going to use the Millennium Thoth Tarot for your reading. It is my new crush. So let's have a look and see what... Oh, we've split already. Sometimes the universe just immediately gets in there. All right, so we have the Six of Swords coming through. I love the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords talks about moving away from something. We see in the traditional tarot someone in their boat, sometimes alone, but sometimes having a person with them, and they're moving away from something. And we see in the boat these swords. Now, the swords represent communication, clarity, lessons, things we have to learn along the way. And when somebody is moving away from something, it means they've left something behind that is no longer working for them and they're going after something new. But what they are doing is moving from calmer water, from treacherous or turbulent waters into calm waters. So this move is making someone sort of move into a better place. But in order to get there, they've got to remember that they learned the lessons in the last place. So it's very much about moving into a new time, understanding that what you've left behind has taught you the lessons and taking the learnings with you. Understanding that maybe, for example, you may have learned in your last situation that you perhaps had fights and arguments all the time, and you've learned from that, and you're understanding when you move into a new situation, you have to be much clearer with your communication and your intent. So the Six of Swords is beautiful for that. So some of you have moved away from something here. Now this is the card of Temperance. They call it art in this card. Now the Temperance card talks about having everything in balance, having a beautiful vibration, sort of being comfortable where you are in life, that type of energy. So the Temperance card is about tempering everything around you to bring sort of energy of high vibration to yourself. And I can see with this Six of Swords that perhaps you've moved away from something that wasn't very comfortable, and now you're working on your energy to bring yourself back into balance here. Six of Pentacles, now you're vibrating with the universe. This is beautiful energy. All right, so I'm feeling here, this may be a bit of a journey here with this Six of Swords, but you're leaving maybe old ways of doing things behind. Maybe you're understanding some of the things you've done in the past have not always been right for you, because you're leaving it behind here. This tells me that you are finding balance, you are finding your vibration, you're now vibrating in a very high vibration, you're feeling really good about things, and now you're co-creating with the universe. This is about understanding how to manifest. You're getting the energy of knowing that you co-create with the universe at all times. So maybe you learned that in these lessons. Maybe you learned that what you'd been creating in the past wasn't in line with your vibration, and now you're creating with that vibration. Okay, so the Seven of Cups is here with the Princess of Wands and the Nine of Swords. Okay, so it seems like here you're leaving behind an old way of doing things, because with this Seven of Cups, it's like you always thought the way you did things was right. Maybe you tried to change it, maybe you tried to move away from things, but maybe you weren't really understanding how to get yourself into this higher level power. Because I see you here sort of letting go of illusions here, letting go of anxiety. You're moving into, wow, this is the rebirth card. I've had this for all earth signs today. So there is definitely a feeling of creating a brand new version of yourself, but what you're doing this time is you're using your lessons to propel you forward. So you're understanding that you cannot rebirth or bring yourself into a new time. Look at that, Queen of Swords energy. So what you're rebirthing here, maybe for some of you, it could be a relationship here with the Queen of Swords, but it's more likely that you're rebirthing this part of you that you've kept hidden, this part of you that really needs to excel, that needs to stand in their own energy here. So whatever you're moving away from, whatever you're creating here, this new version of yourself is going to bring things to you this time, because now you're understanding that you are the center of your universe and you are a manifester, a powerful manifester. But maybe you didn't see that before because you were manifesting what you thought you should have. All right, let's have a look. Okay, so the Five of Swords is here. So I see you definitely moving away from something. You've found out the truth because you've gone from the 5 to the 6. So there's been a truth shown to you here. The Ace of Swords has been shown to you here. And that truth has helped you move away or walk away from something. Now the thing is, I see with the Five of Swords that we're not always moving away from something we want to leave behind, because the Five of Swords says to me that sometimes this is a bit of a Pyrrhic victory. You may have won the battle, but you haven't won the war, or that you're moving away from something even though in your heart you do not want to move away. Now you're doing this because you know it's best for you with this Five of Swords. It's about leaving things behind because they do not serve your journey. Whatever this is, you've picked up the Ace of Swords and you've gone into the Six of Swords energy, and now you're moving away from something, which says to me you've learned the truth here. You've learned the truth of something. Wow, let's see what it's going to be, huh? Okay, so we have the Ten of Wands coming through with the Queen of Wands, and there's the Three of Swords. Something has been troubling you for a while here, and I feel like it's got to do with a person, possibly a fire sign, Leo, Sag, or Aries. There is something about this situation that needs to change or it needs you to walk away from something to change the situation. But now I'm looking at this. I don't feel with that Six of Swords, you're moving completely away from something. It's like you are walking away from an old way of being. Maybe you've always been trapped in this illusion of the Three of Swords. Now I'm sort of feeling this energy that maybe you have always expected for things to go wrong, or always expected the worst in something. Because the Three of Swords tells me there is heartache and pain in your past here that you need to let go of. And when I see the 3 and the 5 together, and that makes the 8 of Swords, which means you've been very much in your head about something and you're about to put this down. I feel like it's got to do with somebody around you here with this Queen of Wands. But I also feel maybe this is the energy you're stepping into. Maybe you've always sort of come at things from some sort of negative energy here. Because this Three of Swords says to me you've been hurt in the past, and maybe you always expect the pain, you always expect the worst. But I feel like here you're letting a situation go, but not because you're letting go of the situation itself, but because you're letting go of an expectation or an outcome here. So let's keep going. All right, so I have the Three of Wands with the Prince of Wands. God, that card is just stunning. They're all really stunning cards. Have a look at them. I feel I want to do the mini read here before I move any further. I feel like there's a lot to tell you here. This Six of Swords can move from troubled waters into calm waters, but I feel this is in your psyche. I don't feel it's a physical situation. I feel like you're raising some sort of vibration here and now creating with the universe. There is some sort of illusion here that you are letting go of. It is creating stress for you, and you are rebirthing from it to become the Queen of Swords. What that says to me is an energy here is changing within you, not externally. You're not moving away from a relationship or moving away from a situation. You're rethinking the situation from another perspective. But now you're creating from that. So, for example, if it was a relationship, it's that you're expecting the relationship to go wrong before you've even got into it. And it's this energy of like manifesting it to be wrong because that's how you're thinking and feeling. So you're manifesting these negative thoughts rather than coming from a positive vibration. So there's some sort of energy that you're moving away from. And I feel like with this Queen of Wands that maybe you're stepping into a new version of yourself here, especially with that rebirth card, the Judgment card that shows as the Phoenix. You're birthing a new version of yourself. Now I feel like with this Knight of Pentacles, you may have gone through this many times before because he's looking up at the Three of Swords here. So I feel like maybe you've been experiencing something in your life that was an illusion, but you've been running it round and round before. And it's like you've not really seen what you've been doing, but you're trying to manifest from a low vibration. So somehow or another, it's almost like you are validating this to yourself. So when things go wrong or things aren't working well, you tend to think, well, I expected that anyway. All right, so I have the Eight of Wands coming through with that Seven of Cups. So the Eight of Wands talks about things moving swiftly. It's about messages coming across the airways. It's fast movement here. And I have here the Seven of Cups. Now the Seven of Cups is saying to me that there is some sort of illusion that you're breaking through very, very rapidly here. Something that you've believed to be a certain way for a really long time. Wow, two cards want to come out. Yep, we've got the Death card with the Nine of Wands. So we've got the end of some sort of negative pattern here. Some sort of energy of closing something out because you've done it so many times before. And the Devil energy is telling me here that something is changing for you. There's a real strong energy that you're changing an old way of being, which has come through in the other earth sign readings as well. It is like changing a pattern, rethinking a pattern, understanding that you've been doing things a certain way. And it's like you've been coming from this energy of sadness rather than coming from an energy of gratitude. So it's not that you're walking away from a person or a situation. I feel that you are here reviewing. There, the Six of Swords has come through again with the Lovers card. You're reviewing some sort of situation here. We have the Six of Cups. So you're reviewing or moving away from something in your past. But I don't feel it's to do with particularly a person, but it may be to do with the way you love. Okay, that's interesting. That's the Strength card. But it could also be the Libra card. So we have Judgment coming through in strength in the Strength place. So that's karma. And we have the Five of Cups. So what I'm feeling here very, very strongly, there may be somebody already in your life, or this person may be about to enter. And in order to meet them, and it could be somebody from your past here with the Six of Cups, but in order for you to create something with this person, you've got to do things very, very differently this time, and certainly not the way you've done them in the past. Because maybe you've always come from a place of feeling like things aren't going to work out based in your past experiences. Now, we all do that to a certain degree. We all go into new relationships with a level of doubt. It's normal to do things that way. Because we don't always know the person, we don't know whether we can trust them, and we're giving them our heart, we're being vulnerable, and we're expecting that they will do the same back. But I feel like this time you've got to do things differently. This time there is a level of trust that you need to implement here. You can't expect things to go wrong because they've gone wrong in the past. This time you've got to allow whatever this situation is, whoever this person is, whatever this relationship is here, you've got to allow it. Look, Ace of Wands. You've got to allow it to take growth as it needs to. So whatever this situation is coming into you, the universe is saying here, new love is coming towards you, but this time you've got to do things differently. This time you have to make the choice to give this person every opportunity to prove themselves to you. Now, it may mean that you need to understand the whole energy of equal give and take, but you cannot let your past interfere with this beautiful situation. You're about to be gifted with something really beautiful here, and the universe is asking you here to make sure you come from this place of where you've rebirthed, where you're scratching back the surface and you're, oh wow, okay. You have the card of karmic clearing here, so that makes a whole lot of sense on this reading. It is card number 5. It's about you starting from the beginning. It's about you wiping the slate and starting all over again, walking away from your expectations, from your old way of being to start over. You are fast outgrowing a level of consciousness to which are attached particular wounds, issues and struggles. As you outgrow that consciousness, these issues will release their grip on you. You are receiving divine notice that karmic clearing is taking place through a combination of your own efforts and spiritual grace from the heart of the divine. It is time for an old wound to be released once and for all. Karma is not punishment, and I say this to people all the time. Karma is essentially our soul's lessons planned for this lifetime, carried out from past lifetimes. It is the way we grow and develop as a soul, sometimes through challenges and sometimes through blessings. Our positive karma is seen in the skills and talents we have mastered over many lifetimes. Also, when opportunities flow easily and healing happens swiftly, there is a sense of positive karma, an easy grace that effortlessly takes place in your life. This is what happens when we are clear enough of our own past pain to have little resistance between us and the natural flow of life. So there is more challenging karma in the lessons that we are learning. But it's sort of, once you understand how to learn the lessons and take them on board, the karma will flow swiftly past you. So it's sort of sometimes, we have to experience the struggles and the pains to really understand how to trust the universe. So it says here, we clear karma by learning to trust and relax, by choosing not to punish ourselves with shame, guilt, fear or unworthiness, or by continuing to balance our efforts with a surrender into divine grace. We take responsibility for our own healing, doing all that we can and trusting that the universe will lovingly and effectively handle everything else that we can progress and succeed. So I feel like that the universe wants to step up here and assist you. I feel that you are coming into a time here where you are about to be presented with new love. And I feel like here there is a really strong feeling that you have to let the past go and do this with a clean slate, because I feel that this person is going to be brought to you by the divine here. All right, I will leave you with that. Thanks, Capricorn.